Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let me introduce myself. My name is Achmad Syaugie. I am the LSPR Communication and Business Institute Indonesia student under the supervision of Mr. Charles Bonar Sirait as my mentor and, of course, my beloved lecturer. I am here today to talk to you about one unique discussion: peace as a valuable investment. So, what is peace? Not this, neither an anime that is One Piece. Peace is more than a word. Peace is a profound word, and peace is a blessing for us. Peace can also be manifested in many things. We can relate democracy to peace, we can relate justice to peace, and even we can relate peace to human rights. And these days, unfortunately, we often take it for granted. After we lost peace in our surroundings, then we start to appreciate how a peaceful situation meant a lot to us. There's always a moment when we forget that peace is right in the middle of us. Like, for example, we can go to school normally. That happens because of the peaceful community around us. Or when we can gather with our friends without feeling afraid of something. That is peace. And we can also see the presence of peace in the middle of us when we are able to express our thoughts freely without feeling afraid that we might go to jail just because our stand is different from the government. We all know that not all countries are experiencing a peaceful condition because it is not easy to achieve or even to maintain it. It needs a lot of effort. Many countries have failed to ensure peace can be present in their surrounding. For example, the most recent conflict is in Myanmar. According to the Assistant Association for Political Prisoners by CNN, earlier this month there were more than 500 people who died due to the brutality from the Tatmadaw, the Myanmar armed force. And also more than 2,000 people are going to jail just because they are trying to defend Myanmar's long-awaited dream, which is democracy. While as stated by BBC that 90% of all government functions have ceased operating, the banking system has completely collapsed, and the civilian death toll keeps rising in Myanmar, Yemen is experiencing the worst humanitarian disasters due to the civil war in the country. According to the UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, per December 2020, the war had caused an estimated more than 200,000 deaths. Not just in Myanmar and Yemen, Syria has experienced the same thing. Ethiopia has experienced the same thing, and many more countries in Africa, Asia, South America, and even Europe. I can guarantee the civilians of those conflict countries have one big dream. They want peace. One day, there was a teenager attending a mini discussion about international relations studies. The lecturer explained the current international situation, discussed many cases, and at the end of the session, there was a question and answer. He has a question, but before that, the teenager tries to overcome his nervousness because of his question is pretty complex. After he managed to control himself, he raised his right hand and delivered this question. Sir, does empathy exist in the international community? His expectation was that the lecturer may answer yes, it does, and give some examples, but it's wrong. The lecturer said that there is no such thing as empathy in the international community. It is naive to say that empathy does exist in international community. So empathy doesn't exist in the international community. Personal interest does. He was a bit sad after hearing that answer because he strongly believed that empathy needs to be present in the international community and its leaders. The US should have empathy. China Russia, France, the United Kingdom also should have empathy as the basis of their policy. Institutions around the world need to have a strong pillars and put empathy as one of its pillars as well. Despite that unexpected answer, he keeps his head up. He tries to encourage himself that it is not impossible to make sure everyone is aware of this kind of topic. One of the things that he always says is, let's be realistic. It is impossible to achieve permanent peace, but it is possible to achieve peace and try to maintain it as hard as we can in our community. Until now, he has invested his voice, invested his knowledge, and invested his life in this political security sector. He believes that investing in peace is the right way to have a stable life. Ladies and gentlemen, the term investing in peace means we invest anything that we have to achieve sustainable peace in our community. We invest our money to support the institution to be stronger in echoing the importance of peace. We invest our voice to express that all humans should live in a peaceful environment. And we invest our knowledge to produce a robust argument in the academic structure so that the world can understand the importance of its presence in our community. It is time for us to take action on this. Sustainable peace is a vital element to make sure that the world can work properly. Our world was not made for wars, but our world was made for harmony. I strongly agree when someone says you should be mindful when you are investing at something. And investing in peace is a mindful decision. It is also a long-term profit because not just you who feel it, the impact, but your grandchildren will feel it too. Ladies and gentlemen, remember the teenager that I told you before? That was me. I invest my ability to speak, to write, to think in peace. I am very mindful when I am investing my wealth. And the best thing is you don't always need money or should passing a certain age to invest in peace. Just be yourself. Express your thoughts and hope for the best for our world. And to close my speech, there's one last thing that I want to know. When you will invest your ability in peace. Thank you very much.